You know why you're here, don't you? It's not the world that broke you. It's them, the ones you thought were yours, the ones you trusted with your back when the knives started falling. They say they cared, but when the storm hit, they were the first to run, leaving you in the mud, bleeding out alone. And now, look at you, searching for answers in the faces of the very people who turned their backs on you when you needed them the most. But here's the truth you may not want to hear. The people who leave you in your darkest hour, the ones who show their true colors when the going gets tough, aren't worth your time, your energy, or your loyalty. It's better to stand alone than to run with those who don't respect you. We live in a world that thrives on connections, relationships, and the illusion of loyalty. From our childhood, we're taught that we need people around us, that success is defined by the company we keep, that our value is somehow tied to the validation we receive from others. But what happens when those people, those we considered friends, allies, or even family, fail us? What happens when they abandon us, betray us, or simply stop caring when we need them most? It's in those moments that we learn the harshest lesson of all. Not everyone who claims to be in your corner truly has your back. Some are there only as long as the sun is shining, only when you're winning, only when they can take from you, only when it serves their purpose. In those moments of abandonment, when the dust settles and the noise of the world quiets down, you're left standing in the wreckage, questioning everything you thought you knew about loyalty, friendship, and trust. It's easy to blame the world, to say the world broke you, but the reality is that it wasn't the world that caused your pain. It was the very people you let into your life, the ones you allowed to become part of your story, who you trusted with your vulnerabilities, your dreams, your fears. They were supposed to be your support, your foundation, but instead, they became the source of your heartbreak. And while the world might seem indifferent, it is the people in your life who shape your experience, who either lift you up or drag you down. This is where the concept of standing alone comes into play. It might seem like a terrifying prospect, the idea of walking through life without the reassurance of others, without the comfort of knowing that someone has your back. But in reality, standing alone is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It is a sign that you understand your own worth, that you recognize the value of your own integrity, and that you're willing to protect your peace at any cost. When you choose to stand alone, you are taking back control over your own narrative. You are not relying on anyone else to validate your existence, to affirm your worth, or to dictate your path. You are making the conscious decision to walk in your own truth, no matter how difficult or lonely the road might seem. Standing alone is not about isolation. It is about liberation. It is about freeing yourself from the expectations, judgments, and disappointments of others. It's about finding the courage to say no to people who don't respect you, no to relationships that drain you, and no to situations that diminish your value. Too often, we convince ourselves that we need others to be whole, that we need to be accepted, validated, or included in order to feel complete. But the truth is that you are already whole. You are already enough, and the only validation you need comes from within. The people who disrespect you, who take advantage of your kindness, who betray your trust, are not your tribe. And no matter how much you may want to hold on to them, no matter how much history you share with them, no matter how much you long for their approval, there comes a time when you must let them go. People who don't respect you only bring chaos, confusion, and heartbreak into your life. They cloud your judgment, distort your reality, and make you question your own worth. They are toxic forces that drain your energy, making it harder for you to see the beauty and potential within yourself. They prevent you from growing, from healing, from becoming the person you're meant to be. It's natural to want to hold on to the relationships you've built, to fight for those who have been part of your journey, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is also the most necessary: to let go. Letting go doesn't mean you forget the lessons they taught you, or that you erase the memories of the good times you shared. Letting go means you acknowledge that those relationships no longer serve you. Letting go means you release the grip they have on your heart, on your soul, on your mind. Letting go means you stop allowing someone else's disrespect to define your self-worth. And sometimes, letting go means standing alone. In fact, standing alone is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. When you stand alone, you have the space to rediscover who you truly are. You have the freedom to explore your passions, to invest in your growth, to heal from past wounds. You don't need to seek validation from others when you learn to validate yourself. You don't need to chase after approval when you already know your value. You don't need to settle for relationships that don't honor your worth when you are willing to be your own source of strength. But standing alone doesn't mean you have to be alone forever. It simply means that you no longer accept the company of those who do not value you. When you stand alone, you create the space for people who truly respect you, people who honor your boundaries, your values, and your worth. You attract people who genuinely care, who are willing to walk beside you, not behind you, and certainly not ahead of you. These are the people who will stand with you, not because they need something from you, but because they believe in you and respect who you are. These are the relationships worth cultivating, the connections worth investing in. The fear of being alone, of losing relationships, can often overshadow our judgment. We cling to people who are not good for us because we fear the emptiness that comes with being without them. But the emptiness we feel when we let go of toxic people is not the same as the loneliness we feel when we are surrounded by those who don't respect us. The former is temporary. The latter is a soul-deep wound that never heals. You may feel lonely for a time, but that loneliness will lead you to discover new strength, new wisdom, and a new sense of peace. You'll realize that you are never truly alone when you have yourself. And when you learn to stand in your own power, the universe has a way of bringing the right people into your life. The truth is, it's better to stand alone than to run with those who don't respect you. It's better to walk through life with your integrity intact, with your peace preserved, and with your dignity uncompromised. No matter how difficult it may seem, standing alone will always bring you closer to the person you are meant to be. It will open doors to new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences that you could never have imagined while clinging to the wrong people. It will bring you the clarity to see what truly matters and the courage to let go of everything that no longer serves you. So, as you stand here today, remember this: the world didn't break you. The ones you trusted did, and you are not defined by their actions. You are defined by your ability to rise, to stand firm, and to choose respect over comfort, authenticity over validation, and peace over chaos. Let go of those who disrespect you. Stand in your own truth and walk forward with the knowledge that you are enough, exactly as you are. Letting go of those who disrespect you is not a sign of failure, nor is it a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom, courage, and self-respect. It takes immense strength to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you, to choose your peace over the chaos others bring into your life. It takes even greater strength to stand firm in your truth, knowing that your worth is not dependent on the approval of others, especially those who would let you down when the storm hits. The people who left you behind, who turned their backs when you needed them the most, are not the ones who should define your future. The lesson you need to learn is not that you are broken or unworthy. It is that you are more than capable of standing on your own. You are the only person who will always be there for you, the one who will never abandon you, the one who will never judge you unfairly. You are the one who can heal your wounds and give yourself the love, validation, and respect that you deserve. You don't need others to complete you. You don't need to chase after people who don't appreciate your worth. You don't need to endure toxic relationships or remain in situations that hurt you just because you're afraid of being alone. Because standing alone is not a punishment, it's a choice. It's a choice to protect your peace, to embrace your independence, and to show the world that you can thrive without the approval of those who failed to honor you. Standing alone means that you no longer allow anyone to compromise your integrity. It means you will no longer tolerate disrespect, betrayal, or dishonesty in your life. It means that you are finally willing to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't add value to your existence. You deserve relationships that bring out the best in you, not ones that drain you or force you to compromise your values. When you stand alone, you are not isolated. You are liberated. You have the freedom to build the life you truly deserve, to focus on your growth, your happiness, and your peace of mind. You're no longer shackled by the expectations, manipulations, or demands of others. You are free to walk your own path, to make choices that reflect your true desires and ambitions, not the wishes of those who only wanted to use you for their benefit. And while it may feel uncomfortable at first, you will quickly realize that this is the path to your greatest growth. As you walk this path, remember that the people who truly care about you will respect your journey. They will understand that standing alone is not a sign of arrogance or pride, but a sign of self-respect. They will honor your boundaries, support your choices, and stand beside you as you continue to evolve. These are the people who deserve a place in your life, not those who only showed up when it was convenient for them or when you could offer them something in return. Standing alone means you don't have to settle for less than you deserve. It means you know your worth, and you will not allow anyone to treat you like you're anything less than extraordinary. It means you have enough self-love to not seek it from others who are incapable of giving it. You are your own greatest ally, your own strongest protector, and the person who will fight for your dreams, even when everyone else walks away. At some point in your life, you will have to face the truth that not everyone who comes into your life will stay. Some will leave, some will disappoint you, and some will betray your trust. But each time someone walks away, it's an opportunity for you to learn, to grow, and to prepare for better things ahead. When you stand alone, you're giving yourself the space to become the best version of yourself. And when you become that person, you will attract the people who truly value you, who see you for who you are, and who will never walk away when things get tough. So, let the storm pass. Let the world change around you. Let the people who didn't respect you fade into the distance. You are stronger now than you were before. You've learned the value of your own presence, the power of your own voice, and the strength of your own heart. And as you continue to walk forward, know this: standing alone is not a punishment. It is a choice you make in order to protect the most valuable person in your life, yourself. You don't need anyone's validation to know you are worthy. You are enough, exactly as you are. Standing alone is often the most empowering choice you can make. It's a choice to prioritize your peace, to preserve your dignity, and to stand firm in your truth. It's better to be alone than to be surrounded by people who do not respect you or value your worth. And when you choose to stand alone, you will open the door to greater self-discovery, stronger relationships, and a life that aligns with who you truly are. Remember, you are enough, and you always have been.